Oh,
Uh,
that's fine.
Bob,
That's no
Bob is the
problem at
movie
all.
star tonight, Amy.
Yeah, he's a movie star.
I hear that.
For those of you who don't know, Bob got to be picked for an extra um, on a pilot that's going to turn into a series if it gets picked up.
That's awesome.
So where it goes from there, who knows? You'll have fun no matter what.
Absolutely.
And we kind of hope that it takes him all the way to the top.
Yep,
But it's not,
Hollywood, here we come.
it won't take him as far as we're going to go, guys.
Nope.
I talked to him about an hour last night. We were talking about it, and I said, they ought to show you in that bar scene sitting next to somebody, and you got on your cowboy hat and all that, and you just look over at him and say, "Hey, do you shop online?"
Hey, for new people that haven't met Bob, uh, he's the perfect person for an extra, I think. But he won't be with us tonight.
I thought he was going to be one of the cops, because he's been an officer before, but he said no, they needed a barfly.
You know what I told him, don't you? That
Uh-uh.
they ought to make him the bartender. He would fit that part just right.
Oh yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, either that or the bouncer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah, I thought about applying myself, but I don't want to drive up there. I got too much going on here.
Yeah.
We are live on YouTube as well, gentlemen.
Well,
Awesome,
welcome to
awesome.
our YouTube guest.
About 7 minutes, we'll get started, I guess. How you doing, Mr. Lou? Hello,
Best day
Richard.
ever.
Welcome.
Richard Miller, how are you? My friend Richard Miller and I go way back. He's one of my oldest friends online. We have been to conventions at different locations across the United States with each other, and we've worked together for quite some time, and we've always had a blast.
One of your oldest friends? Is he a lot older than you?
Um, he's got me by a month or two. He might have me by a month or two.
Yes.
We've had dinner more than once together and had a great time. Indianapolis. I used to live in Terre Haute for a few years when I was running a cable project there. Good old Time Warner. Guys, the what we're going to do tonight for guests that have not been here, that have been invited by somebody, we are generic. And at the end of the presentation, we're going to ask our members to stay. You are welcome to stay and hear what we're about. You do not have to. The training here is designed, and you'll hear me repeat this when we get ready to actually start the call. The training is generic to allow you to do any company that you're with or want to do, etc. Our purpose, and I'll repeat this when we get the recording on, is to teach you how to not fail in this endeavor or any other endeavor you choose. To learn the basics that eliminate the failures that we've all experienced at some point in the past. Well, we got about we're going to start at 5 after, so we're going to start to fill up pretty quick. It's amazing how many people show up at the last minute on some things, isn't it, guys? We're a few minutes
Yeah.
late.
I did get a text message earlier about it, but
You
not
did?
everybody will get that. unless you're a part of that platform.
Well, that's true. And we're not too concerned. These calls I recorded, we're starting to put all of them into a document. So for those of you that aren't aware, let me go get that document. And Jeff, do me a favor, cut and paste it so we can put it in again a few times.
Also, don't forget most, if not all of those videos are also on our YouTube channel.
That's true.
If you just go on,
Lou, if you'd like to put that link, I can also add it to the document.
yeah.
Amy said she got it.
I went back as probably to the point that we were doing Saturday calls for our training at that time. I didn't think I need to go back any farther than that.
All right, Gary, I'll throw it in the chat here for everybody.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you, Lou. You're a lifesaver and a gentleman and a scholar.
But not necessarily in that order.
I don't know what we'd do without Mr. Lou.
He's invaluable to us.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Yeah, what other reason would I say it? You know, in life, a lot of times we run across people and some stand out because of their high moral and ethics. Lou fits in that category.
You honor me, Gary. Thank you.
You're welcome. But just because it's true doesn't mean anything. Okay. Somebody has their hand up. Alan, can you type your question in the chat for me, please?
Thank you, Tina. Good to know.
Somebody that doesn't, let's see. Ah, we had somebody typing to us in French, and I can read it, but I don't know what it says. Okay.
It says, are you going to speak in French?
No, but we are going to tell you how to see it in your own language. Joe, if you come down to show captions on the bottom of your screen, click that arrow. It says at the top says my speaking language. It'll put up a list, and if you choose French or whatever language whoever speaks, it'll put the text in your native language.
Get over here. What you barking?
We got some hearts, and I don't even know what for. Guys, we appreciate the support from all of us. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. We'll be starting up in about 4 minutes. So,
Y'all behave yourself.
all right.
Here. Come on, Levi. You want a treat? Come on.
We do have some guests tonight that I haven't seen before. I appreciate your coming. We hope you get the most out of the training. We do this every Thursday night. Training will be in the future at some point. We're going to go and split it up into 3 different parts. Beginners, I'll come back to that. To change your language, you come down to the bottom and you'll see show captions. It has a CC. If you click the arrow up and go up to the top of that pop-up, it'll say my speaking language. Mine is set on English. Set it to the language, your native language, and you'll see everything in text come out in your language. So, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, folks. Got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes that train of thought gets stuck in the tunnel.
It did.
Yeah.
It happens when you reach a certain age. You find things aren't your checkbook has more checks than money in the memory banks.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So, timer. Lou, I'm gonna go ahead and start my audio recording up again.
And 3, 2.
Some reason it's blocking my recording. I can't get. Thank you.
There it goes.
Thank you. Thank you. So now that we're recording, we're going to get ready to start the next minute or so. Want to welcome. Thank you, John. Let me cover that first. We're going to break the trainings down into 3 categories: basics, intermediate, and advanced. I think it'll be beneficial, particularly if your experience level is limited, you struggle with recruiting and the finer points, then it's better to graduate from basics and go into intermediate, and graduate from intermediate and to go into real advanced techniques. And the reason being, and all of us have experienced this, when you're just starting out, you're going to make every mistake you can make because you're excited. You want to talk to everybody, but your skill set and your communication skills are limited. And we all have the worst enemy we could have, which is fear. We're afraid of rejection, right? Give me a 1 you've had that experience in your past at some point. And I really can't imagine somebody putting a 2 or 3 or something else other than 1. Okay. So by creating a foundation of basics, going to intermediate and graduating and getting into that advanced will give you everything you need to succeed no matter what company. It doesn't matter, the principles are the same. And so we get to evolve in a rather quick fashion if you'll go through the trainings and have the patience to treat it like a business. Does that make sense to everybody? Give me a thumb or something if that really makes a lot of sense to us. Okay, so the next line of business that I want to really cover, let's see how many new people that are a guest of somebody to come on. I don't mean a link from a back office or somebody that you're already involved in business with. That's the same business that we're all associated with. If you're from a first time here, not involved with us in any other way other than be a guest, give me a 1, please. Now, if you're a first time visitor that's involved with the same things we're involved with, give me a 2. A 1 if you're a guest, and 2 if this is the first time coming to a training call. Alicia, we welcome you for sure. Now, I'll have trouble. Is it Thor? I hope I pronounced that without butchering it. So we have a few guests. We're going to cover 2 things tonight. And we're trying to hold the time and keep it so we don't keep everybody dragging. And once we finish training, guests and new people are welcome to leave if you'd like, because we'll cover some Q&A for business oriented to update people. And you don't need to stay. If you don't like to, you're welcome to stay. We don't have no objections there. We're kind of open. We don't keep any secrets per se. So, with that being said, we have a special guest tonight. Again, Bob cannot be here. He's going to play movie star tonight. So we're going to do the heavy lifting for him. And we want to welcome you in another way too. What we teach is never charged. We offer this training free, but I will tell you, there's courses online that do not even come close to some of the training we do. And they charge, some of them charge as much as $5,000, which is crazy, but the value we're going to try and give you, we hope will make the difference and take you to a level some people only dream about. Okay? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. If David's ready.
I am.
You am. You can go ahead and share your screen or however you want to present. And I'm going to quiet myself up.
Let me see how this works here real quick. I got to send a request.
Okay. You know what? I just need to make you co-host. That's what I need to do. So
That's a fancy title.
I already did, I think. I did. You're already co-host. You should have all the tools you need.
Okay.
If you go down to the bottom with the green arrow pointing up, it'll allow you to pick what you want to see.
Advanced sharing options.
No, just click
No,
the
no,
green
just
button,
click the green button.
not the little button next to it.
Oh, okay. I got you. I
And then
guess
Gary, if you can shut your
I'll
camera
share
off,
my
we'll just
notes.
see David's stuff.
I
There you
don't
go.
want to be seen anyway.
I know how shy you are.
I am. I actually was.
See if I can figure this out here.
You're sharing.
Can everybody see my screen?
We can.
What is
All
list
right.
building and marketing?
Let me move all this over this way, make it a little bit bigger.
Hmm.
I made these notes so I can kind of just read and explain as I go along because I sometimes forget to cover something and I want to try to cover as much as I can. What I'd like to cover tonight is list building when you are trying to get a home-based business opportunity going and you want people to talk to. A lot of times you try to bring somebody into business and they say, well, I don't know anybody. Or my Facebook is dead. I don't have anybody to talk to about it. So what is list building when you're doing marketing? List building is a process of developing a database of other like-minded people online who might potentially be interested in the kind of products or services that your business is going to offer. In other words, your list is your very first main market where you can hope to achieve the most success in selling. So a marketing list is a list of prospective customers that a business can use to increase sales and brand awareness. You want to be able to brand yourself. And brand awareness, I think, is very important. Y'all have heard Bob talk about brand awareness before. And it's important because it builds trust and credibility. It fosters customer loyalty and it creates a competitive advantage and ultimately drives sales and market share eventually. I think statistics show it takes somebody 5 to 7 times to see something before they act upon it. Is that right, Gary?
I've heard that number bandied about. Um, Here's the thing. Numbers will always, whatever your numbers are, if you close 3 out of 10, no matter how you go about it, it's always going to average that 3 out of 10. That's just how numbers work.
Right.
So going forward with that, you're going to be consistent until you get better. You
Right.
can improve your numbers. The more you hone your skill set, the higher your numbers will go up. Okay.
And you
Bob
can't
and Bob
you
and
can't
myself,
expect you
yeah,
can't expect somebody to sign up just because you got their email the very first time they get your first letter in their email. It might take 7 times before they see it for them to finally look it over and say, this guy's been sending me these emails. Let me just see what this is. And then he'll maybe dive in and give you a call or reply and want more information or whatever the case may be. So you can't expect the first, 1, 2, or even 3 emails that you send somebody that they're going to join you. So sometimes it might feel like you're getting frustrated because you think, well, nobody's joining, but it does take a little while to establish a relationship with that prospect. And he has to be able to trust you because as the old saying goes, if they don't trust you, they're not going to join you. And so that is kind of how that works. And I've experienced that myself. And all the big time marketers will always tell you to do brand awareness for yourself. And they'll tell you to never promote an affiliate link for whatever you're promoting. And the reason is because you're branding the company, you're not branding yourself. So if everybody shares their affiliate link, they're just branding that company and that company gets that email and it leaves you out of the picture. Another reason to list build and brand yourself is because there is a lot of opportunities that come and go. And if you're promoting that affiliate link and that company for some reason folds under, well, there goes the list that you spent time building. So you'll always have your own list to you. And anytime that, your people trust you and you join an opportunity, those people will follow you basically. So you don't want to ever promote your affiliate link. You want to brand yourself. Okay. And we'll probably do some more training on the branding at a later time and get a deeper dive into it. But the main thing is you want to build trust and credibility with your people. When your list becomes familiar with your brand, which is you, you're more likely to view you as reliable and trustworthy, which is crucial for building a strong brand reputation. Okay. So by branding yourself, you're going to stand out from your competitors. You're going to make it easier for customers to distinguish its offerings, to choose it over others. People don't usually join businesses, they join other people. And I find that to be true because they trust you. You've built value and you've sent them good content. Your emails you send out to these people don't always have to be about, hey, sign here and join this opportunity. You want to give them some value of some kind. I like to tell stories from an experience that might have happened to me. Sometimes I'll send that out to my list and not even put a link in there. And so that's also helping you build credibility. So just know that brand awareness can lead to increased sales and market share, as customers are more likely to choose you as a trusted, honest marketer over someone else that might be marketing that very same opportunity. Have you ever wanted to join an opportunity, but you didn't like or trust the sponsor? So what did you do? You went sponsor shopping, maybe on YouTube or some other platform, to find that business and find another individual, maybe a name that you recognized or whatever. And that happens a lot as well. It happens in the sales industry all the time too. People will buy a car from you if they like you. I've seen that happen a lot too, where they'll go car shopping. They don't buy that night. The next day they'll come in and ask for a different sales rep. So all of that holds true when you're doing that, and you've got to be able to build trust. So when you join an opportunity and you're trying to bring in other people, you're most likely to tell your prospect that you have a well-known trusted sponsor and not just a recruiter. There are really two types of people in our industry. There's recruiters and then there's sponsors. Do y'all know the difference between the two? Put a 1 in the chat if you know the difference.
1 or 2. 1 if you know, and 2 if you don't.
I can't see the chat because I've got it
We're
set
getting
up
mostly
wrong.
ones. Mostly ones.
Okay. Well, a recruiter is a guy that will basically go out and he'll sponsor the world. He's money hungry. He's after the money. He don't care if you succeed or not. Basically, he's gone hog crazy and just sponsoring anybody that'll breathe just so he'll get that money coming to him. He'll do the mass marketing. He'll do the advertising, and that's basically the end of it. Then there's sponsors. I like to consider myself as a sponsor because I do care if you succeed. Gary cares. Everybody here cares if you succeed, because when you succeed, we succeed, right? Everybody understand that? What happens to recruiters is they're going to usually lose good people because they're struggling and they don't get the help that they need or they want. So what happens is they have to keep on recruiting to the world to make a few dollars because they've not branded themselves as a trustworthy and helpful person. And you've got to realize that this is the 20th century and the internet, and you can go Google anybody's name and find out what type of person they are. And the way I look at it, you can do something good for somebody and they might tell a few people, but if you do something bad, man, oh man, it's going to be all over the internet.
Go tell the world.
they'll tell the world. So sponsors are going to take the time to educate. They're going to help those people. They're going to show them how it really works so they can duplicate their efforts. And that's the whole reason that we built our opportunity the way we did, so that we can duplicate. And the numbers show that it's working. And people that are here that are building with us, they know that to be true. You've got to be able to duplicate, because I might be able to sponsor somebody, and that somebody may not be able to go out and be as successful as me in their sponsoring efforts. So you've got to teach that person so that they can go duplicate exactly what you do. And that's one of the main important reasons for these trainings, is because I've always said those that show, those are the ones that will grow, right? So you're going to be able to tell, who's going to be successful and who isn't, because they're not showing up, they're not making phone calls, they're not asking questions, and those are the people that'll fail. So there is a right way and a wrong way when it comes to successful team building. Y'all agree with that? Put me a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. So going back to the brand awareness, it serves several functions in helping a business succeed and grow, including increasing recognition and trust, giving your brand a competitive advantage, and improving long-term business growth. Once again, if you create value with your people, they're going to follow you, and it wouldn't matter really what opportunity. You trust that person, and so you're going to join with them, right? You can do all of this through good quality list building. And how we build a list, there are a lot of different platforms for this. So you can do a little research if you want to on your own. But for tonight, I wanted to show you what I'm using. And I know there are probably several other people using this same platform. And you can actually sign up free. It's not going to cost you anything. And it's called Leads Leap. Right up here at the top, Leads Leap. And so you can sign up free, and you can get a lot of different features. You get traffic to your website because they allow you to put advertising on their platform. You'll have an autoresponder. You'll have a page builder where you can actually build your funnel, a pop-up creator, a way to track your links. And it also comes with a small little business opportunity to make a little extra money as well. And I use that money to put back into advertising. So I'm going to put a link in the chat, and you're welcome to go take a look at that. It's free of charge, and you can get in there and play with it and basically, see if you're going to like it and everything. Basically, that's all I have as far as the list building goes.
David, you have a funnel page you could show them?
I do. That's what I'm fixing to try to pull up right
okay.
now.
I jumped ahead of you, didn't I?
You're okay. My mind is in think mode.
Well, while he's hunting for that page, I want to cover a couple basic things for our new people. So for the new people and first time to our training call for the other group, here's the questions I have for you. And we're going to start with, how many of you have put somebody in your business? They last 3 or 4 months, they didn't make any money, and they quit on you. How many of you new people? This is for new people and visitors. How many of you had that experience? Give me a 1. I'm not seeing any ones, guys. This is interactive. Come on. A sad one. So what we'd like to do in our training is to teach you how to overcome what I call that funnel marketing, pour more people in at the top than fall out the bottom, right? How do you ever get ahead trying to put more people in than quit on you? Okay? So David kind of left some little hints here. We started this project we currently are in about a little over 7.5 months ago. I put 2 people in. Bob put 2 people in. David put 2 people in. And our focus was to qualify as many in our foundation as we could. And so my total numbers roughly in this 7.5 month period is currently just over 127,000 people. Now, here's the key. It's not the number, folks. The key is the fact that roughly 90% are qualified in profit. See, we chose to build in a very, very different way. Okay? So what we're doing in our training is to take you through our journey and teach you how to apply it with whatever company you would like to build. Okay? Now, this will not function correctly in a binary, because binary, you're going to get stuck with, it's always going to pay you out a lesser leg. We don't do binaries. We avoid them like the plague, because binaries is designed to make the company rich and you frustrated. Okay? So the other things that we have focused on is to take all the weaknesses out of your experience in MLMs or direct sales or like, and eliminate the failure points. Does everybody understand what I mean by a failure point? Give me a 4 if you understand the failure points in most companies. Okay? So in most companies, the first thing you have is an auto ship every month. So that means your credit card is coming out. But you're paying that auto ship up front. And then a month later, if you've made commissions, they'll pay it to you, right? Everybody understand that structure? We've all experienced that structure, right? So we want to eliminate our failure points. So in the past, the way most companies teach is what? You talk to everybody within 30 inches of you, right? And your friends and your family, they turn the other direction as fast as they can because they keep hearing whatever you're offering, but they're not seeing you have any success, right? So we all call that the NFL club. No friends left, right? So the number one thing, particularly new people, we want to get you doing is to not chase people. We want them to come to you, okay, interested in what you have up front. How hard is it to sign somebody up that's already interested in what you do or have? Right? How much, I'm looking for the right word. How hard are they on guard if they're chasing you? If you talk to them they got the shield up. Whatever you're selling, they don't want, right? There you go. Yes, your monthly income can't cover the auto ship. So here's what happens. When November comes and early December, oh, yeah, yes. Sorry about that, guys. So in November and December, what comes up? Christmas. And if you overspend at Christmas, what's the first thing you're going to get rid of? You're not making any money, right? You're going to get rid of the auto ship and drop out. That's what people do. November and December is the largest drop in most MLM type of companies. That's when they lose the most people. Is this starting to make any sense at all, guys?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you got your page, David?
I do.
Okay, I'll let you go back there and I'll pick this up when you're done.
Okay, I got to do this over again. Let's see here. Okay.
I like your
Can you
page.
can you see my screen now? All
I
right.
do. I do.
I built this page for for the opportunity that we're working, and I like to build my pages a little different than some other marketers do. Some other marketers will have maybe a half a page with just a spot to put your email. And after that, you submit it and it goes directly to their website. But I do a little different because I want that prospect to have a little more information than most people will get, because I'm looking for quality over quantity. Does that
Amen.
make sense? I would rather have 10 quality as 200 quantity. Does that make sense, everybody? So this page specifically is basically for a specific audience that I'm personally looking for in joining with me. So you'll see at the top, it says attention or calling all networkers, affiliates, and team builders. Those are specific type of people that I'm looking for this opportunity. And then I ask them a question: do you shop online? Well, they may be thinking in their mind, no, but my wife does, or my sister does. So they know somebody who does, right? So I put a little video here. This is our our video, our why video, and they can watch that. And then there's a place over here for their name, email, and phone number. Now I've made the phone number here optional. If they don't want to put their phone number in here, they don't have to, and they'll still be able to submit this form. You can put a little check mark in that box, when you're building this to make it that. But if they don't want to give you their number, two things are going to happen. They're going to put a fake number in there, or they're just not going to opt in altogether. Because I might be thinking, well, this guy's going to call me, or he's going to send me endless text messages. And that's not the purpose for me. And then on the left side, I put a few categories. Since this is shopping online, there's a few categories here that you can see. What kind of products we're marketing. And then I've put a little notation at the bottom that there's more, hundreds more. This is just a small sample. And there will be a lot more than this in there. I just wanted to give them a little bit to look at, and I tried to pick the top ones that I thought people would have the most interest in, based on a little research that I did on what people buy online. Okay. And then you want to put you some bullet points in here. You can earn commissions. Okay. When you shop in your own mall, you can save money, because we're going to have a coupon program that'll go with this as well. You're going to get cash back with your personal bank debit card. You can purchase your products with your earnings, not out of your pocket. I think that's a good bullet point. You can earn commissions from thousands or more in your matrix, and you can get paid daily with this opportunity. And then we have the first ever 2x20 matrix times 3. So you can get paid 3 ways with 3 different 2x20 matrices. And the great thing about that is it's with the very same people. You don't have to build 3 different audiences. This will follow you in all of these matrices. So let's say somebody is interested in this page, and so they want to go ahead and opt in and see what this is about. So I'm going to opt in and show you what happens. So they've got their information in there and they submit it. Now this system's telling them they've got one more step. And what they're going to do is they're going to get an email, and there's a link inside that email that they're going to have to click onto to verify that they want this information. And this is basically good business sense, but it also helps the platform because so many people say, well, I want to see what it is, but I don't want them having my email. So they'll put a fake email in there. Next thing you know, the platform sending an email that's not there, and it creates a bounce. And that counts against that platform. Okay. Does that make sense? Now, 2 things are going to happen. They're going to go to their email and click a link, and then it's going to send them the very first letter. And I usually like to send a thank you letter to thank them for opting in. And it should have appeared here, so I'm going to have to go repair that. I just got this built, so I've not actually tested it yet. But it's going to do 2 things. It's going to send them an email. They're going to click a link, verify they want the information. And when they do that, it's going to take them to your sales page or whatever page you're promoting. The second thing it's going to do is it's going to keep that email in your data bank so that now you can send a series of emails automatically, program it where it sends an email every day or every other day or every 2 or 3 days. I like to send mine every other day. I don't like to bombard people because that's just going to get them disinterested in what you're doing. So if I send one every other day, then I think they will stay with you. And they also have an option at the bottom of those emails. They can click and unsubscribe. And if they do that, they're no longer active and they won't get any more emails from you. So let me move this, and I'm going to show you a couple of features that I like. I don't know if y'all can see me moving this other screen or not. I need some 101 on how to do this, but you've got what they call email marketing, and you have a list manager, an email series, a broadcaster, a blog to broadcast, and a YouTube to broadcast.
Yeah, we're seeing all of that.
So what I like is on the broadcast, let's say I've got a big team. My team just hit 32,000 people. So whenever we have a Zoom call or anything special going on, I can actually send a broadcast email to that entire list and say, hey, there's a webinar tonight. Here's the link. Here's the time. And so every one of those people will get it, and you can schedule it to go out just whenever you need it to go out. You can pre-select it where you might be out shopping and it'll automatically send it for you because you put it in there and you've scheduled it to go out at a certain time on a certain day. So there's a lot of things you can do with this platform. It's very well designed. It's been around since 2008. It's very inexpensive. You can sign up free and you'll get quite a few things you can do with it. And then if you want to take it further, then you can do that and pay a real small monthly fee and keep that so you can use this to list build, to make contact with your list. And I really love this platform. I've had several other platforms, and I just don't think they were as good as this. I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I'm going to be done. Let's say you've got a big team and they say, man, I like that page. How are you marketing? Man, I don't know how to build these pages. I don't know, looks like it's pretty sophisticated to me. Well, if they will take this system, there is a code box here, and you can click this code box and this code right here. You can give them that code. And what's going to happen is when they go in and they create a funnel, they can paste that code in a box and it's going to build that same exact website for them automatically. They didn't have to do any work. It's going to put it on there exactly. So all they have to do then is just go in there and edit their information as far as sending it to their website sales page, their email autoresponder, and so on and so forth. So that's another great feature that I love. And I've shared many codes with a lot of different people, even the ones that wasn't on my team, just because they're good marketers and understand how to work it and how to use it. So basically that's this platform. It would take hours to go through here and show you everything. But the second thing I like about it is if you're a newbie and you don't understand a lot, they are tutorials that you can actually click on and watch what you want to do in steps, step by step by step by step, watching these tutorials and just work it at your own pace. Sometimes I get gridlock when I'm building one, and I'll walk away and come up with more ideas and come back and I tweak it out, and I can change things and do different things. You can launch the editor and you can go in here and this is your editor and you can change all this stuff in here real simple. You can change your headline, you can change the colors, you can put different videos in there, you can do just whatever you want to do. It's really that simple.
Hey, David, are you ready for a question now? Or you want to wait till the end?
Sure.
Question is, Richard wants to know, do you need a domain to use this?
No, you don't need a domain. I would highly recommend you get a domain that would forward to your sales page, but you don't need a domain to use this. You can actually just use your link to go in here and build everything. And you can send your link out to different people and you can track that link by adding something to the end of your website. Like up here, it says PID is 342700. You can put anything right there you want so that when that person opts in, you'll know, well, hey, that's the page I sent in the Facebook group. So now you know where your advertising is coming from and can even upscale even from there even more because you know you're getting traffic to it from that group or wherever you sent it out to.
Right. And Briona is right. She agrees with you that a domain is very important. This could be real helpful with you down the road with branding. And don't be overwhelmed with a domain. You can get them for usually less than $15 for a year. Okay. So, and it's not terribly difficult to set them up. There's tons of videos on YouTube. All you do is set it to forward to your certain place. Or, hey, David, can you connect your domain inside Leads Pro? Leads Leap, I mean.
I'm sure there's a way to do it.
Okay.
Mostly, I think you would have to do it from the hosting place that you bought your domain from.
Well, yeah, it's a little more complicated, but there are ways to do it. Yeah, Richard's saying use GoDaddy or Namecheap, and both of them are always running sales.
I like Namecheap because, like you said, they're always running sales, and their platform is real easy to navigate. They have a chat box if you get stuck, and they also have tutorials on there showing you where to put everything in the form to forward that domain to whatever link you're wanting it to go to. So,
So
I
don't be
have the
afraid of the domain.
name.
Yeah.
I have the domain name doyoushoponline.com. So I plan on using that domain
Very nice.
to go over to any sales pages that we come out with once we launch to the public and get everything done. And so that's easy to remember.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to remember llpgpro.com 78. What is that? No, doyoushoponline.com. That's very easy to remember. So if I want
John
to get
wants
a car magnet and put on my car or the back glass of my car
Yep.
that says
Yep.
doyoushoponline.com, people are going to go to that.
You get that tattoo on your forehead, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a question here from John. What is your primary traffic source for this lead capture page?
There are many ways that you can get traffic. I like to use solo ads. What a solo ad is I find good solo ad vendors that already have a list of people. And what they do is they place ad like a generic ad online or Facebook or wherever. And that they already have their list built for just people like us. So these are prospects that are interested in making money from home because that's the kind of ad they entered, kind of like this page you're looking at now. That's what this is. Theirs isn't, quite as fancy as this, but you land on a page, you click an ad and it goes to a form to put their name and email in there, and that goes in their data bank, and then they sell you clicks basically. So you can order 100 clicks, 200 clicks, 500 clicks, or you can say, send it to your database. I want you to send this out to 1,000 people. And that's
Right.
where your tracking comes in, because you can put the name of that solo vendor on the end of that link. And now as you get opt-ins going into a form, then you're going to know where that lead came from. And that's important to do tracking. So if, let's say you wanted to test it and you had 2 different vendors, you send a solo ad to one vendor and to another vendor, and let's say you got 40% more opt-ins from vendor 1, that's probably the guy you want to use because he's got a good list.
Yeah, I would say you would agree with this, David. Start small with these solo ad vendors.
Yes,
you don't know who's going to be the winner for you.
Exactly. You want to start small. So you might start out with 100 clicks.
Yep.
You get 30 clicks, you send another one to another vendor and you only get 2. The one that gave you the 30 is the one that you're going to want to scale with. And maybe the next time you place with them, you might want to do 200 clicks.
Now, David, do you go to Udemy for your solo ads? Or where do you go for your solo ads?
You can go to Udemy. I think that's a good place to go because they are rated.
Yes.
And you can see what kind of person they are, what kind of response they get. You can get different reviews from different people that have used them. And then you can select whoever you want based on those results.
Yeah.
Udemy is very particular, and they're not going to let anybody go in there and lie and say, well, we got the best and we're going to give you the best and you're going to get all these opt-ins or whatever. That's actually real-time, truthful reviews that people do. So I've never left a review for anybody, but I've got one particular guy that I use that is really good, and I've had good results with him. So you'll want to stay with the guys that you have the good results with.
Right. And remember, your mileage may vary. Just because David's audience is warm to a particular vendor doesn't mean, just because that vendor's audience is warm to David's offer doesn't mean they're going to be warm to your offer. So that's why we say go very small at the beginning till you find somebody who's able to deliver you results, because like you see in any industry, promises are much bigger than results always, right?
Exactly.
So be careful, be wise.
And your database back here, I'd like to click on it and show you, but I've got emails and phone numbers. So for privacy of my people, I can't do that. But it's very detailed. It gives you their name, where they put their name at, when they opted in, where that lead came from, their phone number. And then when you do an email broadcast, you can actually click on and see who even opens your emails. It's very detailed. So you might send a broadcast 50 times and 20 people, they've not ever opened an email. And so you know who you can work with and who you can't. And then from time to time, I go in there and I do some house cleaning. The ones that don't ever open an email, I take out of my database and I keep building the list and engaging with people that are at least reading my emails. And Bob's going to get into some copywriting, like subject lines and things like that that you can use. I like to start off maybe with a question. One of my emails I sent out the other day to some people that have seen my stuff 5 or 6 times. It's just a simple uh, first name. Where do we go from here? And they're thinking, what's this? And you can customize those with different switches so that when that email goes out, it'll actually put their name in there and personalize it for you. So you're
Yeah, it's
on a
almost like a mail
personal,
merge. Yeah.
yeah, you're giving a personalization to that email, even though it might be going out to hundreds of people.
Right.
So
And I would
you
say make
always,
sure if you're doing that personalization, make sure you get those merge codes correct. Otherwise it'll say dear first name.
right. I've had that happen a few times.
Yep. You gotta be careful.
But
I want to
I
talk about
also
this.
like the feature in there that you can actually write your email and then you can send it to your email as a test. And you just go to your email, open it up, read it. And if you see any mistakes, you can go back, correct those mistakes, and then finalize it and tell it to send it.
We have
So
a
that's a
question. Richard wants to know, does it have unlimited list size?
yes.
But that's a really good point, David. You said about we call it cleaning your list. I'm not sure if you said that word, but that's what I've heard it called. Is cleaning your
Yeah.
list, going through and finding people who haven't responded in 30 days, 60 days, the last 5 emails, whatever your standard is that you
Right.
think is a reasonable amount of time, because you don't want emails going out that are constantly being ignored, because that's going to
Correct.
affect your rating online, especially if you're using a domain. So there's a lot of
Correct.
variables in here you got to be watching. So David's got some really good points on this. Thanks, David.
Yeah, there's a lot of different data points that you can get out of here that's going to give you the data you need to make a decision on what to do with that particular lead. It'll even tell you when they opened it, how long they were on that email. It'll tell you let's say you had a link in that email, it'll tell you if they clicked that link in the email. So it gives you quite a bit of data to make a decision on, do I want to keep this lead in here or do I not want to keep it in here? I'm going to start something new and start separating those and start sending different broadcasts just to those lists, just to see if I can get any action from anybody, because there's a lot of times people will fill out the form and they won't even look at anything for a week after that. They're bored at work, they're playing online, they seen your ad, they clicked on it, they filled it out, but they haven't had time to look at it. So I like to give people, ample time. I don't want to get rid of it, right away. I want to give people ample time to see the content and see what they're doing. And then periodically, if I get bored at night, I'll just pick up the phone and call them if I've got their phone number, or I'll send out a broadcast text message. Hey, I've sent you some emails. Click here to go read them. And so there's different things you can do and play with to figure out what you need to do to keep a good audience and to keep everybody engaged. And a lot of it is just good copywriting that sometimes plays on people's emotions. I like to tell stories. I like to try to relate to other people. People, you can write an email based on pain. I can feel your pain because of inflation, yada, yada, yada. So there's a lot of things you can do to engage your audience, and a lot of data back here that'll help you make those decisions. And I think Bob's got some stuff that he can teach us from his perspective on good copywriting skills, uh, good headlines, good headers, and things of that nature. And all of that really does make a difference because you're competing with all these other marketers. So one of the golden rules is you want to be better than the competition. And the only way to do that is just study what you have. And this data is going to give you all those points and exactly tell you what's going on, and you'll know what to do from there. Pretty awesome stuff. Bruce, I'm not going to go into anything on what they pay or anything like that. I'm going to put the link back in there. If you want to click on that link right there, you can go look at it. If you're interested, you can sign up for a free account, and it's going to give you a breakdown of commission structures and what it pays and things of that nature. I'm just basically showing you what I use. There are hundreds of other options out there. Some people may not like this Leads Leap. Who knows? I mean, people do different things for different reasons, but I personally like it, and my team uses it because now I can answer their questions and help them out, give them share codes. We can build together as a team. And what's that going to do for me? That's going to duplicate. And that's one of the most important things you can do in this opportunity is to duplicate what you're doing. And it's just an excellent, excellent tool for that. But other than that, that's basically what I know. I'm still learning. Even though I've been in this a long time, I learn as I go. And I learn new things every day. And like I say, when I'm building, if I get gridlock, I'll walk away and maybe the next day come up with ideas and go back to it and say, yeah, that does look better. So I know that this info is probably way advanced for you, John, but yeah, baby steps is really the way to go. I didn't learn it overnight. It took me a long while to learn this platform and to learn how to do all of this stuff. And a lot of times you can just go to Google and type in lead capture pages and it'll pull up stuff to give you ideas on how you want to design it and how to build it. I've had people that I've gave a share code to and they didn't like this or that. Well, once I give my share code to somebody, they can go in and edit their information, my information to theirs, and they can build it how they want. And I've even changed some stuff in mine after doing that. Say, yeah, yours does look a little better. I like that. Or I like the color you chose or anything. Because there's really thousands and thousands of things you can do here and thousands of ways to build it. But the main idea is the wording to get the message across to a specific audience for whatever it is that you're doing. And it'll dump all that data back there for you so you can tweak your pages and upscale eventually.
Everybody give a one if you enjoyed the funnel. Let's give him a hats off. Let's have some hats off for David.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, especially since this is my first time doing it live.
So
That's my forte. I would rather do the marketing end of things than I would to sponsor people. That's just my take on it. I love to sell and talk to people, but I like this better, I think, because it gives me a way to use my brain and to come up with ideas, and I can help people out with their marketing this way. And I absolutely love it. So this is kind of my forte when it comes to marketing.
David, you're gonna have to stop your share for a moment.
Okay, there
Now,
we go.
before I move on, I want to really tighten up what I was talking about before so I don't lose track. We want to get to the point, particularly new people. The hardest thing is to get past that wall that's created by people. Because when you chase people or promote to people, they have what? How many of you ever had somebody walking up your driveway? When you peek out the window and notice that somebody was coming up, getting ready to knock on your door. Give me a one if you had that. Pretty much all of us had, right? And what was your first thought?
Oh gosh, here comes that salesman.
Resistance, right? But
Yep.
but that ain't really what we do. We realize from our past experience, it's probably either a Jehovah Witness or it's a vacuum cleaner salesman, right? So, boom, the resistance wall is built in place. It's the same thing when you start to talk to somebody that you're promoting, right? So we have to flip the script. Okay? We have to flip the script and talk to people already interested. They're interested because of how we promote. Does that make sense to everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay? See, here's the difference. And we're going to put our thinking caps on for a moment before we move forward. And I'll be kind of quick. Yeah, let me get my camera on. Sorry, guys. So I'll be a little quick because we're running past 9. So I'll probably try and wrap this part up in 15, 20 minutes if I can. Right? Big dogs bark out. So here's the difference, folks. If you're chasing people, how many people do you got to promote to before you get the first one to a call? Let's give us real life numbers. Okay? Real life numbers. How many people do you need to talk to get one person to a call? That ain't joining your business. Well, I'm not quite 1 out of 50, but you're going to talk to at least 10 people to get one to a call. That's the average. You're going to have to get 3 to 5 to a call as a rule to get one sign up. That's tough. That's real tough. So what's that make your closing rate? Guys, what's your closing rate? Getting them to the calls, 10%, right? Let's just use that number for a minute. Okay? So if I get people chasing me versus me chasing them, what would you assume or best guess? And Bob's numbers are in the same range my numbers are, and some of the team leaders are. Okay? What would you guess, particularly new people? I want to ask this question hard because I want to lock this into your minds. Okay? We're going to show you the difference from where you're at to where you can journey to. So let's speculate for a minute. Who wants to take a guess the range of our closing rate when people chase us versus we chasing them? Maybe a better way to put it is people we attract to what we're doing. We're in the 90s. Is there a difference between our methods and what you currently experience? New people, give me a 1 if you can see how different that is for you. Okay? So how do we go? How do we do this? I'm gonna share a couple different ways, and one of them I'm actually gonna take the time to do one for you. So can everybody see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen, please. So Jeff, you have to help me out here, or David, either one, because I can't see the chat now. So first I'm gonna run over Facebook for a second. And I'm gonna go to my own profile so you can see a post that I've done. And this looks like a web page, right? For new people. When I create this post, learn how I created a downline of 125,000 plus in 7 months with only 2 signups using our free system and training. Always free. See it here. And so tell me what you see here, folks. Let's drop that. All right, guys, can you tell me what you see in this post that would make you either pay attention or bypass it? Red letters helps because why? What does the red letters tell you? Free training. What if they're already interested in chasing you, right? And now look down at the link because this is a link. If they click it, it's going to go somewheres, okay? And it says, what if you could create hot, interested MLM opportunity leads in minutes? If you're in this industry, would I at least have your attention enough to get a click? Okay. So this is one of the methods that I use. I also use a video that's kind of AI I need to replace. It's not the quality I need yet. But I tie it into a page. So if I click this, and I know some of you have already seen this, but we're going to do it for a reason. Actually, I've already got it up, I believe. There we go. So let's take a look at the page real quick. Okay. It'll take a second to load. So we got our what ifs in there. I'm going a little fast, I understand. Okay. When we tested, and this is true, this is actually true, with no list, no warm market, and in the month of December, when I first used this, I put in 47 new members in the month of December alone. Okay? If you're in this industry, that really is a powerful statement. Now, we've revised it to adjust to an ever-changing market. Okay? So, let's see, think of the wording here. No more being like a prune at the end of the branch, not getting water until the prune falls off, shrivels up, and dead. How many of you on the call had that experience? No help. Guy recruited you and then left you at the end of the branch with no water. Give me a 1 if you've been there. Okay. 5 months I came out of retirement. That's true. I haven't done it. I haven't done this type of opportunity in a lot of years. Okay. I was still making money from it because I've still got companies that pay me. Okay. At the time I wrote this, I had 54,000 members. I need to edit that, huh? That's how fast this thing goes. So here's our key selling points, guys. And I won't go a whole bunch faster, but no dropouts, no auto ships, a low startup cost, one time. all future costs are funded from profits. Okay? Do you think those are key points that will have somebody that's been in this industry for any length of time have their attention? Give me a 3 if it has your attention, even just those subject lines. Okay? Put money faster than any legit opportunity on the planet. Takes 2 to be qualified and in profit. People in profit don't drop out. Okay? And then they can download the audio file, the system, free training every Thursday. That's where we're at. Okay? All right? Now, I put down, click the image to visit Gary's offer, unless the above offer or below offer is the same, then we encourage you to use theirs. It's all one team, and they will have more time to work with you. Okay? We're about team building. No matter what opportunity you're in, if you don't build a team and help the team, you don't have a team. I want y'all to remember that. You either have a team or you don't. So let's look at now. This is Facebook. I used the doc. This is the doc. We're going to share you with, I'm going to show you how to build this for new people. I'm going to put the link in here. Now I'm going to go fast, so I want you to pay attention for new people. Or somebody, why are not, damn, I can't copy that. I'm recording, it's not live. Oh, bummer. Well,
Open it up again on your desktop and change tabs and you can.
I might be able to do it now. Nope, it won't do it. It's because I'm on Zoom. It's
Right.
okay. We can recreate this situation later, David.
Okay.
We have some trainings on this specifically, but I'm going to show them how to do it real quick. If you click File, make a copy, it'll make a copy you can edit. If I just share it, you can't edit what I got. And there is a training from 2 weeks ago that covered all this. When we first opened the door, let me see if I could do it here. I don't know if this will allow it to be shared or not. But if you open this up, there's all the previous trainings. So where I want to go next, and I'm going to do one live one here. I did this earlier today. This is Pinterest, folks. Okay? You have a visit the site, which is going to take you where? Currently, it's going to take you right to the page that I show here. In the future, it'll have a capture page. Yes, this was Facebook that I was showing. This is Facebook. Okay. That's Boo. So let's go to Pinterest for a second. I can add a comment. So now it's all saved, but I want to go, we're going to go. So I want to add a new pin over here, right? I haven't used Pinterest for a long time, so bear with me. I gotta remember how I do it. One pin, so that's not how to do it, so there we go. Think I'm rusty, guys? So at this point, we'll go to my download file. And I want to find a particular thing. I meant to have this up. Let's see, I want the coupon. Let's try this one. I'm not, oh, wait a second, here it is. I think that's what I want. Nope, that's not it. Hmm. Go back. That one ain't what I'm looking for. Let me find the image first. My apologies, guys. When you get this much stuff, sometimes you get lost with it, you know what I mean? That's video file, I don't want that. Ah, there's what I'm looking for. So, there it is. That's what I wanted. So we have to add, I like this title because this title says a message that's hard to walk away from when you see it. Would everybody agree with that be true? Folks, putting 127 over anything over 100,000 is in this amount of time is stuff legends are made of in a sense. My goal when I started, and Bob's was the same, our goal was just to make $10,000 a month. That was our goal. Okay. We never dreamed we'd have this number. We knew we could do well. So let's add an enticing description that we want to get their attention. So It's the keyboard's fault, not mine. Okay. So now. Okay, guys, I got the link. So I can share that now. So we want to choose our board. Tag. I can use the same tag. And I can click publish. Thanks for coming, Lauren. So go. Now we want to search, we want to go to that board, right? And see what it looks like. Yeah, Lou, we're about to wrap up right here, okay? I appreciate that, though. So we're going to view the board. There's only 2 pins there. By the end of the week, we're going to fill it up. Okay? So what happens? I click it. We all know we can click it and it'll visit the dock. Eventually, I want to change that over to one of the leads leak type of capture page, but right now, this will work for what I need. Okay? Why Pinterest, guys? Yeah, it's free traffic. Pinterest, unlike a lot of social sites, tend to be buyers. If it's worked correctly, Pinterest tends to be buyers. It's kind of like the difference between an iPhone and an Android. iPhone users buy a lot of apps. They spend a lot of money. Androids tend to be more like free apps. And there's tons of stuff. It's still a growing platform. And it's kind of like a hidden secret for some people. A lot of people don't use it. Okay? Don't close your mind to it. Now, can we do this on Reddit? How about Reddit, guys? I'm not going to do a demo on Reddit tonight, but Reddit's a great platform for posting stuff like this. And we could take this image before we put it up and hide a URL inside it. So if they click it, it'll automatically go where we want. But that's for another day. Okay? So, any questions? Any questions? Any type of training you'd like to see coming up? Who got some value out of it tonight? Give me a 1 if you felt there was true value here. Okay. If you're a guest, get back with the person that invited you to the call. Okay? Funnel, we're going to do a lot more on funnel building as we go. Remember, this is more basic stuff right now, but we're going to get into See, before you could go into intermediate training, you got to go through the basics first. You got to get your roots built. Okay? Right now, we're building roots, but we're going to work with everybody to get them where you want. See, the goal for us, and I speak for Bob as well as myself, and for the rest of the senior team leaders, our goal is to bring every one of you on this journey and let nobody fall to the wayside. No prunes dropping off the branch and dying. We go together as a community. Okay? Our goal is to bring each of you on this ride to levels of success you've never experienced as of yet. That's our goal, folks. Nobody left behind. Nobody left behind. John, we're going to show you, we'll go into probably next week if we can. We'll set a time to set up some social sites the same way we just did Pinterest. Maybe there's 3 or 4 of them, but so we'll do it piecemeal at a time, because why? If we give you too much, you're not going to remember it all, right? We want you to be able to have a level that you can absorb all this. That's important. So, baby steps, that's it. Baby steps. But those baby steps are with help. See, that's what you've been missing, is somebody to help you along the way, because you're trying to do it by yourself without knowing where to go and how to do. Right? Does that make sense, guys and gals? So we want to bring everybody along at a pace they can absorb. So that's why we're going to break it down into basic, intermediate, and then eventually to the advanced. That's when it gets fun, boy. Guys, when you get to the advanced, you should already be making some really, really serious money. Okay? Serious money. So, without further ado, we're right at the hour and a half. Unless somebody has an urgent question, I think we're gonna call it a night right here. Okay. So we want to thank everyone for taking the time to join us tonight. We know that you guys are serious, or you wouldn't be here. Okay? You're serious or you wouldn't be here. So we appreciate you taking the time to be here with us. I would say if you click on that doc link I gave you, see if I can repost it before we leave. All right, guys, click on it at least and see if you can make you a copy of it. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So, any last questions that anybody had? Okay, we don't have any questions. That's we must have done a good job. Anyway, enjoy your night, guys. We'll see you next Thursday. Let's bring guests, pack the house. Anybody you know that can use help. We're not here to promote anybody. We're here to help everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Appreciate y'all coming.
It don't matter whose team you're on, where you're at, any of that. Okay?
We're all one big happy family.
Okay. All right, guys. We appreciate it. Let me stop the recording. Yes. And enjoy the rest of your night, folks. Take care. We'll see you next Thursday. We love all of you.
Good night, guys.